All right, I want to go back to that story on the extension of the loan guarantee scheme by banks. We said the uptake wasn't that great. It has been extended until the 11th of July. Let's bring in the Managing Director of the Banking Association, Bongi Kunene. Bongi, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. I'm wondering why this loan scheme has been extended, because you've had a very poor uptake compared to what you envisaged here. Why did we extend it when people simply just couldn't afford the cost of these loans?
We needed to have an orderly wind down of the scheme. It was launched in May. At the date of the launch, only 6 banks were participating, and their program was ending on the 11th of April, which was yesterday. There were 3 other banks which started a bit later, and their program was going to end on the 11th of July. So we've given all the banks the same end date, which is 11th of July, to process all the applications that have entered the system, so that the winding down is simultaneous among the 9 participating banks.
I see. I want to get your take on what you think about the criteria that banks put forward for these loans. Were they stringent in a way given the circumstances? I mean, even the president felt that way. He made no secret of it. We passed 1 year into COVID-19 now. Could those criteria have been less stringent to help these businesses?
Well, the criteria were set in a way that allowed all the participating banks to use their normal lending and assessment criteria. So I wouldn't say that they were stringent, because there was a revision which went into effect in July to allow for more relaxation of the terms and conditions. The reason why most entrepreneurs opted not to take the loans, it's because the economic outlook for the country is not as promising as what one would want to expect when they are in business. And whenever they've had alternative means of keeping their businesses afloat, they've used those alternative means.
So what do we know about the demand for these loans going forward? It's no secret that the damage done by the impact of COVID-19 still lingers. Businesses are still in a pretty much bad financial position, at least many of them. What's your take on what happens as far as loans are concerned going forward? Are you seeing fewer people applying? And this is beyond the scheme.
Right, so there are 2 issues in the question you've just posed. The first one, it's on normal banking business. That is going according to the results that we've seen coming out of the banks in March. It's a really hard operating environment for all the business owners, the entrepreneurs, companies. It's been a very hard time to do business in South Africa. With regards to the loan guarantee scheme, we don't expect that there is going to be any new uptakes. What we are doing with the scheme by prolonging it is to enable those which have entered the system to wind down in an orderly manner and allow the communication between each bank and its clients on how the assessments of those loans have gone. So there isn't an expectation that there will be a new avalanche of applications. What the banks are going to be assessing now are those applications that have come in the system which were not ended by the 11th of April.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much. That was Banking Association's MD, Bongi Kunene.